Alright, and welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica. And today I thought let's have a little bit of fun. And we're going to play this one. This is something that I've been playing around with this week, so I thought I'd show it to you guys. Sounds a little bit like this. And on and on and on. So it sounds rather complicated, but there's actually only like a few little simple parts to this one, and it's just put all together and it sounds like that. So let's start step by step. So like I said, there's a few little bits and pieces, and be kind to yourself. If you haven't done this sort of thing before, it can be rather intimidating, but a lot of people on the last video that I did said, we've played this a few times and we're really starting to get the hang of it. And that's the sort of thing I want to do with this channel. I just want to do really simple, fundamental harmonica techniques that you can build and build on to basically, go off by yourself, don't need me anymore, and play exactly what you want. So let's get started on this one. So the first thing I'm using is one of Jason Ricky's movable licks. And it's really hole 3 half step bend, hole 2 draw, hole 4 blow, hole 3 blow. So very slowly. So hole 3 half step bend, hole 2 draw, hole 4 blow, hole 3 blow. So it's repeating actually the same note, hole 3 blow and hole 2 draw are the same note. And in my head, I sort of think it looks a little bit like sort of a Tetris pattern, sort of goes across the top, down, comes across there. Now, being a movable lick, you can play this like sort of all over the harmonica, but I like to start this one off really just on those holes 2, 3, and 4. So, like I said, start off slowly, get this one like sort of very robotic, like practice this one first so it's like really regular. Speed it up so you can go pretty sort of quick. And then start to swing it. So you slow your tempo down, and instead of just going, it's more of a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, one thing you're going to notice when you're doing this is you need to balance the air in your lungs. So because we're really just playing all the time, some things that I'm sort of doing here is I can let a bit of air out around the heart when I blow. I can also let a little bit of air out with my nose. But yeah, really just get this at a good steady rhythm, get it swinging, and get it so you can just realistically play it forever. I'm not out of air, I'm just basically balancing in the middle there. Okay, now one of the other things you'll sort of hear when I'm doing this is I'm doing a ta-ta-ta, breathing in on holes 1, 2, and 3. Ta-da-ta, ta-da-ta. And I use that as what's called a pickup before I sort of start. So I'm like. Now, one of the other things I can sort of do, because adding that in adds a lot of inhale breaths, is that explosive percussive exhale that you can hear is me not breathing through the harps, like I don't have to like breathe in, breathe out. That sort of sound. So I'm always inhaling through the harp and then breathing out through my mouth. Now, you don't have to make that like a sound that you can hear, but Jason likes to use that to keep sort of tempo, and like I'm one of his students, so I like to do that too. I reckon it sort of sounds pretty cool. So if we're sort of thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. hear that there. Now, that's pretty much what we do for the 1 chord. What do we do for the 4 chord? Well, realistically, we're just going to swap around how we're doing our little movable lick pattern. So instead of starting on 3 draw, half step bend, I'm going to start on 4 blow. So 4 blow, 3 blow, 3 draw, half step bend, 2 draw. So versus starting on 3 draw, half step bend. So good practice for this one is just do a couple starting on the 3 draw, then a couple starting on the 4 blow. So and you can muck around with that forever, and that is like an important thing to sort of do. So play around with those, get used to keeping your breath really good, like you can sort of let a bit of air out of your lungs, fill your lungs back up. So if you just sort of try and keep everything, you know, at like one level, you'd run out of like actual oxygen in your lungs. So you need to sort of work a bit of air through your lungs and do those sort of things. Okay, so what have we got? We've got our simple little riff. And then we play it the other way. And then we swing it. So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and cool. So once we've got that little movable lick sort of working out pretty well, we're going to put like our little bit of expressive percussion in there. Cool. Now we're up to the 5 chord in our 12-bar blues. So what do we want to do here? There's not really a note that I want in that lick that I've been using, so I'm going to use a different one. And this is just whole 4, whole 3 draw, whole 4 half step bend, whole 3 half step bend. So and a cool thing to do with this one is this is all on whole 4 and whole 3, so it's harder to say than it is to play. But if you do whole 4 draw, whole 3 draw, whole 4 half step bend, whole 3 half step bend, whole 4 blow, whole 3 blow, and then come back up with whole 4 half step bend, whole 3 half step bend, whole 4, whole 3. You can do this lovely little warbling sort of siren sound. Cool. So for our 5 chord, I just want to use the whole 4, whole 3, whole 4 half step bend, whole 3 half step bend. So then we'll be on the 4 chord. So we're just going to use the lick that we've used before, starting on 4 blow. Then 1 chord. Now for our 5, for our turnaround, because we've been using all these similar sort of sounding things, I'm just going to go up to the root note, whole 6 blow. So whole 6 blow, whole 5 draw, whole 4 draw, whole 5 draw, whole 6 blow. Gives us a chance to start again. So I'm going to play it, I'll play it a lot slower this time, and we'll hear how we go. So a 1, a 2, a 3. actually got a little bit mixed up in that one there, but as you can hear, doesn't sort of matter. So super cool, super fun. I'm going to play that through just one more time, back up at a normal sort of tempo. Away we sort of go. So sounds complicated, but realistically it's just one lick with a change of direction, a little bit of percussive things in there just to sort of make it sound cool, and then a different style of lick. And remember, that warble sound is really sort of cool, starting on that 4 draw. Get out there, have some fun.